true origin of Ragnar Lodbrok. Ragnar Lodbrok or Lothbrok, which means Ragnar's shaggy breeches, was a Norse Viking hero and legendary Scandinavian king known from Viking age-old Norse poetry, sagas, as well as contemporary chronicles. To those in modern academia, his life and personage is somewhat historically dubious. According to traditional literature, Ragnar distinguished himself by many raids against Eastern Europe, Francia, Ireland, and Britain during the 9th century. His legendary kingdom supposedly included parts of Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. The Icelandic sagas. According to the saga of Ragnar Lodbrok, Tale of Ragnar's Sons, Heimskringla, Hervarar Saga, Sogabrot, and many other Icelandic sources, Ragnar was the son of the Scandinavian king Sigurd Ring. Nearly all of the sagas agree that Randver was Sigurd's father, with the Hervarar Saga citing his wife as Asa, the daughter of King Harald of the Red Moustache from Norway. The accounts further tell that Randver was a grandson of the legendary Scandinavian king Ivar Vidfum by his daughter Aud, whom the Hervarar Saga calls Alfhild. After the death of King Ivar Vidfum, Aud's eldest son by the Danish king Hroerik Ringslinger, Harald, conquered all of his grandfather's territory and became known as Harald Wartooth. Harald's nephew Sigurd Ring became the chief king of Sweden after Randver's death, Denmark according to Hervarar Saga, presumably as the sub-king of Harald. Sigurd and Harald fought the Battle of the Bravallir, Bravalla, on the plains of Östergötland, where Harald and many of his men died. Sigurd then ruled Sweden and Denmark, being sometimes identified with the Danish king Sifred who ruled from about 770 until his death prior to 804. He sired a son with the Norwegian princess Alfhild of the semi-mythical Alfar people, Ragnar Lodbrok, who succeeded him. Eysteinbeli, who according to the Hervarar Saga was Harald Wartooth's son, ruled Sweden sometime after Sigurd until he was slain by the sons of Ragnar and Aslog. In their accounts of his reign, the Icelandic sagas tell more about Ragnar's marriages than about feats of warfare. He first killed a giant snake that guarded the abode of the East Getic Jarl's daughter Thora Borgarhjord, thereby winning her as his wife. His unusual protective cloths when attacking the serpent earned him the nickname Lodbrok, Shaggy Breeches. His sons with Thora were Eric and Agnar. After Thora died, he discovered Aslog, a hidden daughter of Sigurd Fafnesbane, with a poor peasant couple in Norway, and married her. In this marriage he sired the sons Ivar the Boneless, Björn Ironside, Hvitserk, Ranvald and Sigurd Snake in the Eye. As the sons grew up to become renowned warriors, Ragnar, not wishing to be outdone, resolved to conquer England with merely 2 ships. He was however defeated by superior English forces and was thrown into a snake pit to die in agony. The saga of Ragnar Lodbrok, Tale of Ragnar's Sons, and Heimskringla all tell of the great heathen army that invaded England at around 866, led by the sons of Ragnar Lodbrok to wreak revenge against King Ea of Northumbria who is told to have captured and executed Ragnar. Danish sources. The Chronicon Roskildens, c. 1138, mentions Lodbrok, Lothpardues, as father to the utterly cruel Norse king Ivar and his brothers, Ingvar, Ubbi, Bjorn, and Ulf. The Chronicle of Svennegesson, c. 1190, is the first Danish text that mentions the full name, Ragnarus Lothbrok. His son Sigurd invades and conquers Denmark and becomes its king. Neither of these sources mentions Ragnar Lodbrok as a Danish ruler. The first to do so is Saxo Grammaticus in his work Gesta Danorum, c. 1200. This work mixes Norse legend with data about Danish history derived from the Chronicle of Adam of Bremen, c. 1075. Here Ragnar's father Sigurd Ring is a Norwegian prince married to a Danish princess, and different from the victor of Bravallir, who had flourished about 13 generations earlier. Sigurd Ring and his cousin and rival Ring, that is, Sifred and Annulo of recorded history, d. 812, are both killed in battle, whereupon Ragnar is elevated to the Danish kingship, identified by Saxo with Ranfred, d. 814. His first deed is the defeat of the Swedish king Fro, who has killed Ragnar's grandfather. Ragnar is assisted in this by the ferocious shield maiden Lagerda, whom he forces to marry him. In this marriage he sires the son Fridleif and 2 daughters. He later repudiates the unreliable Lagerda and instead wins the daughter of the Swedish king Haror, Thora, after killing 2 venomous giant snakes that guard her residence. His sons with Thora are Radbard, Dunvat, Sigurd Snake in the Eye, Bjorn Ironside, Agnar and Ivar the Boneless. In a third marriage, with the daughter of one Esbjorn, Ragnar begets Ubbi, while his last marriage with Svanlag produces another 3 sons, Ranvald, Eric Weatherhat, and Hvitserk. The sons were installed as sub-kings in various conquered territories. Ragnar led a Viking expedition to England and slew its king Hama, proceeding to kill the Earls of Scotland and install Sigurd Snake in the Eye and Radbard as governors. Norway was also subjugated, and Fridleif was made ruler there and in Orkney. Later on, Ragnar with 3 sons invaded Sweden where a new king called Sarl had appeared and withheld the heritage of Thora's sons. Sarl and his army were massacred and Bjorn Ironside was installed on the throne. Some time later Bjorn was put in charge of Norway, while Ragnar appointed another son, Eric Weatherhat, as ruler in Sweden. He was subsequently killed by a certain Eystein. One of the sons, Ubbi, revolted against his father at the instigation of his maternal grandfather Esbjorn, and could only be defeated and captured with utmost effort. Saxo moreover tells of repeated expeditions to the British Isles, one of which cost the lives of Dunvat and Radbard. Ea, son of Hama, expelled Ragnar's sub-ruler Ivar the Boneless from England with the help of the Galli, Galab, Hiberno-Norse, and remained a persistent enemy. Finally, the Scythians were forced to accept Hvitserk as their ruler. In the end Hvitserk was treacherously captured by the Hellespontian prince Dakeson and burnt alive with his own admission. Hearing this, Ragnar led an expedition to Russia and captured Dakeson, who was curiously spared and exiled. Unlike the Icelandic sources, Saxo's account of Ragnar Lodbrok's reign is largely a catalogue of successful Viking invasions over an enormous geographical area. Among the seaborne expeditions was one against the Bjarmians and Finns, Sami, in the Arctic North. The Bjarmian use of magic spells caused foul weather and the sudden death of many Danish invaders, and the Finnish archers on skis turned out to be a formidable foe. Eventually these 2 tribes were put to flight and the Bjarmian king was slain. The historical King Harald Klak is by Saxo, based on a passage in Adam's Chronicle, made into another persistent enemy of Ragnar, who several times incited the Jutes and Scanians to rebel, but was regularly defeated. After the last victory over Harald, Ragnar learned that King Ea had massacred Ragnar's men on Ireland. Incensed, he attacked the English king with his fleet but was captured and thrown into the snake pit, similar to the Icelandic sagas. In spite of all his praise for Ragnar Lodbrok, Saxo also considers his fate as God's rightful vengeance for the contempt he had shown the Christian religion. Poetic and epigraphic sources. While the narrative Norse sources date from the 12th and 13th centuries, there are also some poems that mention him and his kin. The Ragnarsdrapa, ostensibly composed by Bragi Boddason in the 9th century, praises a Ragnar, son of Sigurd, for a richly decorated shield that the poet has received. The shield depicts the death of Hormunrek, the Hjaningab tale, the ploughing of Gefjon, and Thor's struggle with the Midgard serpent. Recent scholarship has suggested that the poem is in fact from c. 1000 and celebrates the Norse reconquest of England. The 4 tales depicted on the shield would then symbolize 4 aspects of the Lodbrok saga: the initial defeat of the sons of Lodbrok in England due to recklessness, Ivar the Boneless' deceitful approach to King Ea, Ivar's cunning snatching of land from Ea, Ragnar's struggle against the giant serpent in order to win Thora. The Knutsdrapa of Sigvat Thordarson, c. 1038, mentions the death of Ea at the hands of Ivar in York, who carved the eagle on Ea's back. From this the story of the atrocious revenge of Lodbrok's sons already seems to be present. The reference to a blood eagle punishment has however been much debated by modern scholars. In 12th century lay, Krokumul put in the mouth of the dying Ragnar in the snake pit, recount the exploits of Ragnar and mentions battles over a wide geographical area, several relating to the British Isles. There is one runic inscription mentioning Lodbrok, carved on the prehistorical tumulus of Moshow on Orkney in the early 12th century. It reads, "This house was built a long time before Lodbrok's. Her sons, they were bold, scarcely ever were there such tall men of their hands." The expression "her sons" have given rise to the theory that Lodbrok was originally thought of as a woman, mother of the historically known sons. Frankish accounts of a 9th century Viking leader named Ragnar. The siege of Paris and the sack of Paris of 845 was the culmination of a Viking invasion of the kingdom of the West Franks. The Viking forces were led by a Norse chieftain named Reginhirus, or Ragnar. This Ragnar has often been tentatively identified with the legendary saga figure Ragnar Lodbrok, but the accuracy of this is disputed by historians. Ragnar Lodbrok is also sometimes identified with the Ragnar who was awarded land in Torhout, Flanders, by Charles the Bald in about 841 but eventually lost the land as well as the favor of the king. Ragnar's Vikings raided Rouen on their way up the Seine in 845 and in response to the invasion, determined not to let the royal abbey of Saint Denis, near Paris, be destroyed, Charles assembled an army which he divided into two parts, one for each side of the river. Ragnar attacked and defeated one of the divisions of the smaller Frankish army, took 111 of their men as prisoners and hanged them on an island on the Seine to honor the Norse god Odin, as well as to incite terror in the remaining Frankish forces. Ragnar's fleet made it back to his overlord, the Danish king Horik I, but Ragnar soon passed away from a violent illness that also spread in Denmark. Later continental accounts. Among the oldest texts to mention the name Lodbrok is the Norman history of William of Jumièges from c. 1070. According to William, the Danish kings of old had the custom to expel the younger sons from the kingdom to have them out of the way. At a time it happened that King Lodbrok succeeded his unnamed father on the Danish throne. After gaining power he honored the said custom and ordered his junior son Bjorn Ironside to leave his realm. Bjorn thus left Denmark with a considerable fleet and started to ravage in West Francia and later the Mediterranean. Roughly contemporary with William is Adam of Bremen, whose history of the Archbishopric of Hamburg-Bremen contains many traditions about Viking Age Scandinavia. In a passage referring to the Viking raids of the late 9th century, he mentions the Danish or Norse pirates Horich, Orwig, Godefrid, Rudolf, and Ingur, Ivar. This Ivar is in particular seen as a cruel persecutor of Christians, and a son of Lodbrok, Ingur, Filius Lodbrok. Anglo-Saxon and Irish accounts of the father of Ivar and Halfdan. According to the contemporary Anglo-Saxon Chronicle and Asser's Life of Alfred, in 878 the brother of Hingwar and Halfdan, with a naval fleet, a contingent of the great heathen army invaded Devon in England and fought the Battle of Sinwit. There the Vikings lost, their king slain and many dead, with few escaping to their ships. After the battle the Saxons took great plunder, and among other things the banner called Raven. The early 12th century annals of St. Neots further state that they say that the three sisters of Hingwar and Hubba, daughters of Lodbrok, wove that flag and got it ready in one day. They say, moreover, that in every battle, wherever the flag went before them, if they were to gain the victory a live crow would appear flying on the middle of the flag, but if they were doomed to be defeated it would hang down motionless, and this was often proved to be so. This is among the earlier references to the legendary hero Ragnar Lodbrok. The Irish Cogged Gaedal Regalib from the 12th century, with information deriving from earlier annals, mentions King Halfdan, d. 877, under the name Mac Ragnall. The form Ragnall may refer to either Ranvald or Ragnar, and the entry is a strong indication that the name of Ivar's and Halfdan's father was really Ragnar or a similar name. The early 11th century Three Fragments contains a passage that gives a semi-legendary background to the capture of York by the Vikings in 866. The two younger sons of Halfdan, king of Lochlann, expelled the eldest son Ragnall, who sailed to the Orkney Islands with his three sons and settled there. Two of the sons later raided the English and Franks, proceeding to plunder in the Mediterranean. One of them learned from a vision that Ragnall had fought a battle where the third son had been slain and in which he himself had most likely perished. The two Viking sons then returned home with a lot of dark-skinned captives. It has been hypothesized that this is an Irish version of Ragnar Lodbrok's saga, the Mediterranean expedition being a historical event taking place in 859–61. Ragnar's sons. The great heathen army is said to have been led by the sons of Ragnar Lodbrok, to wreak revenge against King Ea of Northumbria, who had previously executed Ragnar by casting him into a pit full of venomous snakes. 42 Among the organizers were at least some of the brothers Ivar the Boneless, Ubba, Halfdan, Björn Ironside, Hvitserk, and Sigurd Snake in the Eye, all of which are known as historical figures, save the slightly more dubious Hvitserk. Ivar the Boneless was the leader of the great heathen army from 865 to 870, but he disappears from English historical accounts after 870. The Anglo-Saxon chronicler Ethelweard records Ivar's death as 870. Halfdan Ragnarsson became the leader of the great heathen army in about 870 and he led it in an invasion of Wessex. A great number of Viking warriors arrived from Scandinavia, as part of the Great Summer Army, led by King Bagsek of Denmark, bolstering the ranks of Halfdan's army. According to the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, the Danes battled the West Saxons 9 times, including the Battle of Ashdown on January 8, 871, where Bagsek was killed. Halfdan accepted a truce from the future Alfred the Great, newly crowned King of Wessex. After Bagsek's death, Halfdan was the only remaining king of the invading host. He may also have been a king of part of Denmark, Jutland, since a co-ruler Halfdan is mentioned in Frankish sources in 873. According to late sagas, Björn Ironside became king of Sweden and Uppsala, although this presents chronological inconsistencies. Björn had 2 sons, Refile and Erik Björnsson. His son Erik became the next king of Sweden, and was succeeded in turn by Erik the son of Refile. Sigurd Snake in the Eye is perhaps the same person as Sigfred, brother of Halfdan, who was king in Denmark together with Halfdan in 873. According to the saga, Sigurd became king of Zealand, Skane, and the Danish Isles. Sigfred Sigurd possibly succeeded his brother Halfdan as king of entire Denmark in about 877, and maybe the Viking king Sigfred, who was killed in West Francia in 887. Sources and historical accuracy. Whereas Ragnar's sons Ivar the Boneless, Halfdan Ragnarsson, Björn Ironside, and Sigurd Snake in the Eye are widely known to have been historical figures, opinion regarding their supposed father is divided. Modern academia regards most of the stories about him to be mere fiction. According to Hilda Ellis Davidson, writing in 1979, certain scholars in recent years have come to accept at least part of Ragnar's story as based on historical fact. A generation later, however, Catherine Holman, writing in 2003, expressed her own personal opinion. Although his sons are historical figures, there is no evidence that Ragnar himself ever lived, and he seems to be an amalgam of historical figures and literary invention. According to traditional sources, Ragnar, possibly as a literary composite, was married up to 4 times, to the shield maiden Lagertha, the noblewoman Thoraborgarjordr, the unnamed daughter of Esbjorn, and Aslog, also known as Krika, and, perhaps, Svanlag, a Volsung princess. The father of historical Viking figures including Ivar the Boneless, Björn Ironside, Hvitserk, Sigurd Snake in the Eye and Ubba, the 6th son Halfdan Ragnarsson is only mentioned in non-Scandinavian sources. Captured by King Ea of Northumbria and died after Ea had him thrown into a pit of snakes. Avenged by the great heathen army that invaded and occupied Northumbria and adjoining Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. The most significant medieval sources that mention Ragnar include Book 9 of the Gesta Danorum, a 12th century work by the Christian Danish chronicler Saxo Grammaticus. The Tale of Ragnar's Sons, Ragnar's Sanae with a QTTR, a legendary saga. The Tale of Ragnar Lodbrok, another saga, a sequel to the Volsunga saga. The Ragnarsdrapa, a skaldic poem of which only fragments remain, attributed to the 9th century poet Bragi Boddason. The Krokumul, Ragnar's death song, a 12th century Norse-Scottish skaldic poem. In her commentary on Saxo's Gesta Danorum, Davidson notes that Saxo's coverage of Ragnar's legend in Book 9 of the Gesta appears to be an attempt to consolidate many of the confusing and contradictory events and stories known to the chronicler into the reign of one king, Ragnar. That is why many acts ascribed to Ragnar in the Gesta can be associated, through other sources, with various figures, some of whom are more historically tenable. These candidates for the historical Ragnar include the regent Heorus or Ragnar who besieged Paris in 845. The Danish king Horik I, d. 854. King Reginfrid, d. 814, a king who ruled part of Denmark in tandem with his brother Harald Klak, but was expelled by Horik I and his brothers and later fell in a battle against them. Possibly the Ragnall, Ronvald, of the Irish annals. Attempts to link the legendary Ragnar with one or several of those men have failed because of the difficulty in reconciling the various accounts and their chronology. The tradition of a Viking hero named Ragnar, or similar, who wreaked havoc in mid-9th century Europe and who fathered many famous sons is remarkably persistent, and some aspects of it are strengthened by relatively reliable sources, such as Irish historical tradition and, indirectly, the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle.